Case for the Hall of Fame, Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller is one of the greatest goalies in the history of the Buffalo Sabres, and at his peak was one of the greatest goalies in the entire NHL. And at his peak was one of the best goalies in the entire NHL. Miller played a significant portion of his career with the Buffalo Sabres, then went on to play for the St. Louis Blues, Vancouver Canucks, and Anaheim Ducks afterwards. He has achieved numerous accolades throughout his NHL career and also represented the United States in international competitions, including during the 2010 Winter Olympics. In this episode for Case of the Hall of Fame, I will be making the case for Ryan Miller as a Hall of Famer. Ryan Miller spent a significant portion of his NHL career with the Buffalo Sabres. He was drafted in the 5th round of the 1999 NHL Draft, 138th overall. He played on the Sabres from his rookie season in 2002-2003 until the 2013-14 season, when he was traded to the St. Louis Blues at the trade deadline. During his time with the Sabres, Miller established himself as one of the league's premier goaltenders. From 2005 to 2012, Ryan Miller was one of the true elite goalies in the league, having posted 7 consecutive 30-plus win seasons, including 2 40-plus win seasons. In the 2005-2006 season, Miller helped the Sabres finish with their best record in over 20 years to clinch their first playoff berth since 2000-2001. Miller won 40 games that season and helped lead the Sabres to the Eastern Conference Finals, going 9-7 with a 2.22 GAA and .922 save percentage in that playoff run. In the 2009-2010 season, Miller won the Vezina Trophy as the NHL's best goaltender as he notched another 40-win season and had his best individual statistical season with a 2.22 GAA and .929 save percentage. Unfortunately, the Sabres were not very good in the playoffs and were ousted in the first round, despite Miller being very good. Throughout his tenure with the Sabres, Ryan Miller was a fan favorite and had become one of the faces of the franchise. He would remain in Buffalo until he was traded to the St. Louis Blues at the 2014 trade deadline. By the end of his tenure in Buffalo, Miller was the franchise leader in games played with 540, goaltender minutes played with 31,661, and wins with 284. After a disappointing tenure with the St. Louis Blues, where he only played until the end of the 2013-14 season, Miller signed a 3-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks as a free agent. Following 3 average seasons in Vancouver, he finished out his career with the Anaheim Ducks, where he played until the end of the 2021 season. Ryan Miller finished his NHL career with a total of 391 wins and 44 shutouts, along with a 2.64 GAA and .914 save percentage in 795 regular season games. In the playoffs, he played in 61 games but only recorded 28 wins despite having recorded a 2.52 GAA and .915 save percentage and 3 shutouts. In addition to his success in the NHL, he represented the US in numerous international tournaments, including the Olympics and the IHF World Championship, earning accolades and medals for his performances. In the 2010 Olympics, he backstopped the US to a silver medal and was named the most valuable player of the tournament, finishing with a 1.35 GAA and .946 save percentage. Why is Ryan Miller not in the Hall of Fame? There are many reasons as to why Ryan Miller is not in the Hall of Fame, but the most important reason is because Miller retired from the NHL in 2021, and he has to wait at least 3 years to be eligible for induction. The second reason he isn't in the Hall of Fame is because he never won a Stanley Cup, nor has he won a gold medal either. So that might cause a holdup in his Hall of Fame candidacy. While his stats during his peak were excellent, many will argue that Miller truly only had a stretch of 5 seasons that were truly elite, which is not exactly Hall of Fame worthy. Ryan Miller suffered from playing behind some very bad teams after the historic 05-06 season, and by the time he was traded to St. Louis, Buffalo was one of the worst teams in the league and were rebuilding. Miller's career was severely affected by playing for some bad teams at the tail end of his Buffalo tenure and after he left Buffalo with both Vancouver and Anaheim. Had Miller played for some better teams in the twilight of his career, he might have been able to win a Stanley Cup as a backup or contend for a Vezina with a better defense in front of him. Why should Ryan Miller be in the Hall? Ryan Miller enjoyed a lengthy and consistent career in the NHL, spanning over 17 seasons. He played nearly 800 regular season games, demonstrating durability and longevity as a top-tier goaltender. Throughout his career, Miller accumulated numerous individual accolades and awards, including the Vezina in 2010 as the league's best goaltender. He was also a two-time NHL All-Star and received recognition in international competition, such as being named MVP in the 2010 Winter Olympics. Prime Ryan Miller was one of the most reliable goaltenders in the entire NHL, as he was capable of standing on his head to steal games, even if the team in front of him was subpar. Miller's career statistics place him among the elite goaltenders in NHL history. He ranks highly in various statistical categories, including wins, shutouts, save percentage, and goals against average. His consistency and ability to perform at a high level over many seasons further solidify his case for the Hall of Fame. Miller's influence extended beyond his on-ice performance, though. He was known for his sportsmanship, leadership, and professionalism, serving as a role model for younger players, in the Buffalo community especially. Additionally, his success as an American goaltender helped elevate the profile of hockey in the US and inspired future generations of players. Ryan Miller's impressive career, individual accolades, and impact on the sport make a compelling argument for his induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame.